I want to get this. I want to get this out of the way. I mean, I have a feeling that this may ultimately be clipped, so I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this out of the way. This question that you're asking, Steve. This question that you're asking here relates to this super chat. Okay. All right. So let's get this out of the way. On my stream on Sunday evening when I was doing the New Year's Eve stream. So Hydro came in here saying, I think that was the night that Hydro came in here. It might have been yesterday. I don't remember anymore. I don't really make a big note about this, but I think it was that night. And a few other folks popped in here because my name came up on Kiwi Farms because of an interaction exchange I had with MANdy, who's all over Kiwi Farms, and Nick, who's all over Kiwi Farms, and all that other stuff. Okay? So catfishing, to answer your question, Steve, is a phenomenon. This is for all the other boomers out there who may not be familiar with the term. Catfishing is a reference to somebody who presents themselves online as being something that they are not, usually something that is considered more appealing, whether physically appealing or financially appealing, but basically trying to fool the internet as to who or what they are for the purposes of getting love from the internet that presumably they may struggle to attain in real life. So the idea of exposing these people is called catfishing. It's not really catfishing when they manage to deceive someone. From my understanding, the term catfishing is actually exposing someone who is, or they'll call that person a catfish, I guess, the person who engages in that type of conduct. Whatever leads someone to engaging in that type of conduct, that type of conduct, that's really not my issue. Whatever issues Kiwi Farms has with MANdy or with Nick, it's not my issue. This is not my thing. Just because I've had MANdy on, a super chat me, or had, an engagement on where I have a call-in show. So I have like a 60-second thing there. I understand that a lot of you salivate over drama, which personally, I'll tell you right now, I think is really, really unhealthy. I think it's a terribly unhealthy thing because basically your objective is let's try and find some joy from bringing down someone else. And to me, it's kind of gross. It's kind of gross. Like I don't, and I understand the appeal to it. I understand why people do it. I get it. I understand it. Like it helps you feel better about yourself. To me, it's a different manifestation of the same thing that leads someone to doing catfishing. And I'm not saying this to be attacking or aggressive to any of you. What I'm saying is it's a similar type of psychological thing where you're trying to make yourself feel better. That's what your motivation is. That's the motivation of someone who's catfishing and trying to present to the internet that they are something other than what they are. That's the motivation of someone who goes around attacking others. And it doesn't just mean in this type of sphere. I'm not talking exclusively about whatever drama, people want to dig up or create or maybe actually discover about MANdy and Nick or whatever. I don't know. I don't know anything in the background there. I don't talk to him about this situation. I don't talk to her. I don't talk to her ever. And I don't talk to him about, I talk to Nick. I never talk to him about this situation. And I don't care. Okay, I'm urging every single one of you, and I'm not talking exclusively to this individual, but to every single one of you. I can promise you your life will be happier if you actually find things that you engage in that make you happy rather than reveling in trying to take down someone else. It's being productive is so much better than being destructive. And you have to recognize that whatever glee you're taking from, imagine everything you're saying is right. So you're asking this question: do I think MANdy is legitimately the person who has been presented on the internet, or do I think that it's some other person? I don't know. I haven't thought about it. And you know something? I don't care. I literally, there's so little I can. Why would it matter to me? Do I think that you're really a Hydro PX? No, no. I mean, do I think that this is a monk in training? No. It's the freaking internet. So stop taking glee. And I'm not saying this to protect anyone. I'm saying this for you individually who salivate over this sort of thing. You will be happier if you find pursuits where you raise yourself up, because I'm going to tell you something. In the game of life, you are not competing with that person. Whether you consider that person to be MANdy, you consider that person to be Nick, you consider that person to be some rival in your office, which is there at least there's some level of competition, or some other online celebrity or something like that. You are not going to find any genuine joy. It is a temporary, masturbatory emptiness that is so fleeting in the pursuit of trying to harm others and make yourself, well, at least I'm not that dude. At least I'm not that chick. And you get your momentary ha 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 or momentary vindication, and maybe you're correct. I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know. What I'm saying is, and maybe you're totally incorrect in harming someone, but either way, what is the point? How are you benefiting from it? That's what I think you need to assess. And I don't see very much of a psychological difference between someone who is desperately trying to make themselves feel better, and it manifests in one of two ways: that they become a catfish, or they're desperate to try and expose a catfish. To me, they're mirror images of the same issue that a person is struggling within. And I'm not mocking that issue. A lot of Americans, a lot of people that I've met or know, and look, every person, myself, at certain points, I've dealt with certain like sort of various flaws within myself that you try and look at and say, why am I doing what I'm doing? And then you start working on changing your behavior and recognizing that there's a deeper issue within. I am urging you, for your own health, your own happiness, like, just stop fixating on this idiocy. Evolve beyond that. You have it within you. You do. So I'm talking to each and every one of you. Just grow beyond it. You will be happier. So you can throw at me super chat after super chat asking me this question or this reference to MANdy or that thing about Nick or whatever. And I'm telling you now, the only person you're actually harming when you do this is yourself. Because instead of addressing whatever issues are making you so gleeful in thinking that you've uncovered something, which you may actually have uncovered. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're right. I'm saying I don't know. And thankfully, I don't care. That's reflective of a healthy mindset to say, you know what? Somebody out there doing whatever it is that they're doing, I don't care. I either enjoy engaging with them or I don't. And if they're presenting as something other than what they are, I don't care. I care about what they're able to, how their content is affecting me, without trying to sit here like I'm like some sleuth trying to like figure out, aha, you see, I got this. Aha, you see, like, now I know. I'm so special. I'm so important. It's like, who cares? This is one individual out of 8 billion on the planet. You gotta work outside your own sphere at a certain point and just say, like, I don't care. I don't care. I've had drama with various people online who I've engaged with, which rarely will I ever discuss publicly. And I actually had an issue with like a small cadre of people who were like upset with me. I don't know, like a year ago, might be 2 years ago. I don't remember anymore. And I basically said to myself, all right, fine. There's 300 people who today don't like me. All right, that happens. Who cares? It's like there's like 8 billion people out there. And just move on. Find things that make you happy, like actually happy, rather than the temporary fleeting moment of I was able to take someone down. That's what I'm urging for you. And I'm saying it for you as an individual. That's who, if you take my advice on this, you as the individual are the ones who will benefit more than anyone else. I want to just get this out of my, I wanted to get this over with, because otherwise it's constant, like just filtering into the chat. It's like such a waste of time.